So, Daniil, great to talk to you. Of course, these are tough and strange times, so let's start off with the obvious question. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing fine. I always say the same that, like, for example, if you are injured or something else and you cannot play tournaments and you see everybody else winning them and stuff like this can hurt a lot. Now everybody's in the same position. And I think there are much more tougher situations for people than only tennis players. So it's a tough situation for everybody, as I say. And I think we'll get through this and everything gonna get back to normal. Just we don't know when yet.
Have you talked to a few of the other players? Exchanged some experiences.
A little bit. I mean, mostly Russians, of course, because I feel like that's how it works on the tour. Mostly people are closer friends with their countrymen, which is completely normal. I mean, obviously, everybody is different. There are, let's say, different opinions on these situations. Somebody takes it really hard. Somebody takes it really easy. Sometime with the family. We don't get too much free time with tennis. It's maybe the first time actually in our careers when we have to stay at home for like 2-3 months, maybe even more. And as I say, there is not one person living it the same, I think.
Well, at least it's great to hear that you're doing fine. Have you been able to practice or at least stay in shape?
Yeah, I'm staying in shape. I'm practicing, of course, not 10 hours per day because we still don't know when the tournament's gonna come back. So you don't have actually, the close goal. So you don't know when you have to be ready. Is it in 1 month or in 3 months or for the next season? We never know. Hopefully it's going to be soon, but I was able to practice and I'm doing a lot of physical just to stay in shape and to entertain myself, I should say.
Was that tough to dial it back? As you just said, 10 hours a day? Or did you think,
No.
I mean, it's a relaxing time for a few weeks?
Yeah. I think it's more that, as I say, I take it as it is. I know that for sure I cannot change the situation. So I find some other things to do. I find how to use my spare time, how to use I would say my new spare time, and doesn't put me into depression. Let's call it like this.
All right, that's good to hear. What are some of the things that you've been doing during your new spare time?
Yeah, I mean, mostly it's still watching series, which is not something new, but which I have more time to do right now with my wife. But if not, it's many things. Most of them, of course, together with my wife, because we had to spend a lot of time together during the quarantine, and it can be anything. My wife is really interested in paintings and history of art, so I try to educate myself also a little bit, even if it's more interesting for her. But she tries actually to educate me in this, and many more small things like this, I should say.
So being a good husband, basically.
I hope so. I know.
Sounds like it, definitely. I've also heard actually that you enjoy playing video games, and I can imagine that you haven't had that much time to do so. Have you been able to polish your skills during this period?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was playing more than before, and especially before I was playing a lot when I was at home, but now I'm only at home. So I don't know if my skills got better, but as I always said, I'm not bad. In FIFA, I actually beat some tennis players and a captain of a Russian football team. So I can play some FIFA, and I'm playing another game which is called Rainbow Six Siege, and I'm not bad. And actually, yeah, during quarantine, I had time to try something new in these games. Maybe sometimes change the layout of the button and stuff like this, which I was not able before.
Well, of course, I have to know, which tennis players have you beat?
Actually, no, I'm mistaken. Only one. It was Gael Monfils on his Twitch account,
Oh, wow.
which is very popular, I think. So I was only happy to play against him. And it's funny because he usually plays for some prize, which I was really good when I was young in FIFA, but now I find myself not that good, even though I understood that in FIFA 20 I have some skills. But so I said, come on, let's just play for fun. I think you're gonna beat me easy. and finally I beat him. So I was like, damn, we should have played for the prize.
Well, it's a good thing to keep in mind for the next time.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's flash back to last year, because of course, 6 finals in a row, you won 3. Were you feeling invincible during that time?
Yeah, I was playing good. I mean, there were a lot of matches where sometimes I escaped, maybe the scare. Sometimes was really easy matches in terms of where I took control of the match straight away and finished it till the end. And I think actually many of these matches I won in straight sets, which is always great. The more matches you win in 3 sets, tougher it is physically, mentally, and I should say the more closer the matches are. So it was a really great time. Hopefully I can reproduce it when tennis comes back.
Anything you would have done differently during that stretch?
For sure, no. I mean, of course, I always say I always want to go for the win. So some part of deep inside of me would be disappointed that it was not 6 titles in a row. But for sure, it was the best result of my career, the best swing of my career. So of course, I wouldn't change anything. Kind of being scared that it goes for the worse.
Well, yeah, one of the moments which you didn't get the title was the US Open final against Nadal. Was that the toughest match you've ever played?
Physically, probably yes, because was really long. At the same time, I should say I had many matches in my career, even during the US Open, the last US Open, where I was cramping, and with Rafa was different. I was full of adrenaline, 100% ready. I think I could honestly play 2-3 more hours, which Rafa would probably be able to do also, and maybe better than me again, because he won. But as I say, it's the same feeling. I'm really disappointed that I didn't win this final, especially coming that close in the end. But it was a great match. I gave my everything. Probably, I don't even see many things to change in this match. I cannot say, this point I could have played backhand down the line and I would have won the match. It's never like this. So I think still was a great experience.
Well, of course, yeah, it was a great match to watch and also a great year for you. Let's focus on our tournament for a bit. You made your debut in Rosmalen in 2016. Could you tell us a bit about this?
For sure, because it was my first ATP Tour win. So
really?
It was my second ATP main draw. First one was in Nice, where I was actually living at this moment. So it's kind of cool. But I lost to Pelia in a tiebreaker in the third. And like 1 month later, I was in Rosmalen, past qualis. I think it was already 2 matches this year, because before it was 3 matches. So won 2 matches against good cross-court players. Actually, Misha Zverev, I beat him in the first round of qualis, and my countryman Kravchuk in the second, who's a great cross-court player. And I beat Horacio Zibales for my first ATP Tour win, which was in Rosmalen in s-Hertogenbosch. So it was great. Great memories.
Was this your first time in the Netherlands?
I think I played some juniors in Netherlands, and I've been few times to Amsterdam for sure before this, but it was definitely my first high tour, let's say professional tour tournament in Holland. So I never played a futures or challengers there. So as I say, I don't remember if I played there in juniors, but probably my first tennis tournament there. Yeah.
What was your impression coming there?
Was great. A tournament is a little bit different because many tournaments nowadays are in big cities, huge cities, huge facilities. It's a bit different, but I really like it there. And I've played there 3 years in a row, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it's super chill, super calm. You have everything you need. Course to practice. The grass is really good. People are friendly. It's super calm. And I should say that before, going to Queens and Wimbledon, which I usually do before Wimbledon, is really great, to have this relaxing atmosphere before 2 big tournaments to come.
Is that something you find important? Because I mean, in Rosmalen, of course, you can get very close to the fans, and the fans can get very close to you. Is that something important for you to get in contact with them?
Yeah, it's great. And as I say, they're really also calm because sometimes when fans are too close, uh, it can be a little bit tricky. It can get, yeah, it can get tricky. I don't know how to explain this. Like,
Mhm.
especially imagine if the fans don't like you. In Netherlands, it's never like this. I think they're really fair to everybody. Most of the matches, no matter which ranking you have, no matter who you are, they will be watching good tennis. If you make a good shot, they're gonna applaud you, and that's what I liked. The first time I came there, I was literally nobody knew me, and when I was winning this first round, there were a lot of people supporting me, and it was surprising, but it's really great.
Well, now I'm sure everyone knows you. So looking forward to that, having you back in Rosmalen. What has been your toughest match in Rosmalen so far?
Oh, it's tough to say because if we talk, about close matches, I remember actually beating Robin Haase in the first round, which was a really close match in 3 sets. At the same time, the last year I played in Rosmalen, I lost to Verdasco, and really, I don't know if I was not playing my best, but Fernando was playing amazing this day, and he beat me super easy. So from one side, these close matches are really tough, and then on the other side, the matches where you have no chance to win should be considered as the toughest ones because that's the toughest losers. So I will point out these two matches against Robin and Fernando.
You just mentioned the match against Robin. How is the crowd treating you in that situation? Because of course he's playing at home. Are they still as friendly then?
Well, as I say, completely, and I should say probably for Robin, it's a bit disappointing because many countries, if you're playing against a home favorite, they're gonna go nuts at you. They can, as I say, start to get into your mind, start to try to make you angry, which is not that sportsmanship maybe, but which is understandable. And in Netherlands, they don't do this. So as I say, for example, against Robin, I was playing really great. I was making great shots, and I remember they were not cheering me up, screaming Daniil all around, but they were applauding the good points. And that was giving me some energy. And after the match, I even felt sorry for Robin a little bit.
Did you tell him anything afterwards?
No, I think we talked about something, but not about the fence. But I'm not sure actually. I don't remember what we talked after about this match. But I think we're in good relationship with him, so maybe he can tell you more about this if he remembers.
Sure. Fondest memory of playing at the tournament?
Fondest means the deepest or
Just a special memory you have of the.
special memory. I mean, for sure, my first win because I didn't have a title there. I didn't even get to the semis yet. Hopefully to come. So I will, at this moment, I will always point out the first ATP Tour win. I think I won 6-4, 6-4, 6-1, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a great memory. I even remember that on which court we played. I remember the position. I think it was court 3, if I'm not mistaken. It was first match, so it was 11. So I remember small details.
You just mentioned the relaxed atmosphere in Rosmalen. Do you also behind the scenes hang out with other players? Because I'm sure that's pretty easy to do over there.
Yeah, everybody mostly stays in one hotel. There are actually 2 official hotels, so 1 of 2, 50% chance. And there are not that many restaurants. Usually everybody goes to the same restaurant. There is a great player party always near one of the official hotels with a great barbecue. So, and usually, I don't know why, but there are a lot of Russians coming there. So I always had great company with me, and was as I say, I super liked the tournament.
All right. Well, you would have been top seed for this edition, which sadly couldn't take place. But I heard that you have some great news for next year.
Yeah, for sure. I will be happy to come back next year. Hopefully, holding the ranking that I have or somewhere around to be the top seed in Rosmalen, and hopefully doing some great results.
Well, that's great to hear. Well, thank you. Do you have any message for the fans to close this out?
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Well, first of all, still stay healthy. Think about the others. Hopefully, soon life is gonna come back to normal. Tennis is gonna come again on TV or on the stadiums. Hopefully, with supporters. But we never know what's gonna happen. But just continue hoping, and I hope everything gonna be good soon.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time. Stay healthy, stay safe, and let's hope we'll see each other soon. Thank you, Daniil.
Thank you very much. See you
Thank
later.
you.